Welcome to DeadThree Basketball and Film Breakdown. We're getting into the Iowa-Purdue game. We'll probably do 3 or 4 parts to this. If you could do me a favor, click the subscribe button below this video. Not the subscribe button on the screen, but the actual subscribe button that is below this. It is always appreciated. We're going to jump right into this. This is a great game to watch because there is 2 All-Americans, for 2 first-team All-Americans. There's Keegan Murray, who plays for Iowa, ends up with about 19 points on this game. And then there's the Ivy kid from Purdue that ends up with about 20, right? So there's a lot of good things happen here. I believe Iowa wins this game, and this is getting ready for the NCAA tournament. But we're just going to do 4 or so parts to this. Iowa's 25-9, Purdue is 27-6. Great championship game here. I like Iowa because I do like Murray. Again, 19 or so points this game. And I really love how Iowa shoots the ball, how they space the floor, how they use screens and all that. I believe this is Murray here. Ivy guarding right there. But there's a curl off of a double, followed by another curl for Murray, right? For Keegan Murray, right? So look, there's so much going on here that I really like what they're doing, right? And I know my team watches a lot of this. There's a double stagger. So it's a double stagger to a curl, right? With really him not being the primary option. But look at how defensively, the big kid, he's a 7-footer for Purdue, is playing it loose and really a one-man zone to take away any sort of slip by the big that is playing for Iowa. But it's really set up to bring Murray to the ball. So there it is, right? So it's it's a stagger to a single, right? And he's just cutting, he's playing it loose. But then Bohannon goes to screen away. Like it's canned and prescribed cuts. Back cut, he goes and head hunts to a curl, to a pop, right? And let's see what Ivy's doing. So Ivy's here. There's the curl. He takes it, and they switch it all out. Dribble handoff. Flare screen. Like, how can you not love back cut, right? To a post, to where you get your All-American, that jump shot. So hey, we could spend 15 minutes just on this play. Stagger, single, Murray. Now watch. They're All-American catches it at NBA. So much going on here. Hands above the ball, hands in the face. Like, we don't put hands down on great players. Hands always above the ball. Back cut. Head hunting. There's the back cut. There's a curl cut. Here's a pop. Here's a dribble to improve a passing angle. We're not making long passes. We're making short passes. It's actually a dribble handoff. Okay? There's a flare screen for another shooter, right? So there's that. They come back to the All-American. But watch. Back cut, reverse pin and spin to a post. Now we don't have the spacing we want, but we get the All-American 2 touches. 2 touches the All-American gets. And because we're a dead 3 here, they're not able to dig down. Ivy, who's a first-team All-American, Murray, who's a first-team All-American, but look how they play him. Hand is up. Everybody is got their eyes on the All-American. He has no regard for 11. He has no regard for the big, and he has no regard for the weak side shooter. They're worried about the hand is up. So an All-American takes a fade away from the post on a reverse pin and spin to a dead 3 that feeds it, because Ivy knows that he's not allowed to leave Bohannon. Because Bohannon just came off a 30-some point game, and I would just hit 16, 17 threes against Michigan, against Northwestern a couple games before. Great first play, right? So here we go. Dribble handoff to Ivy, first-team All-American, right? And another dribble handoff, change. Now watch Ivy move, right? So I would say this. This is what I would say, and I'm not saying I'm right. I'm not going to dispute anybody that's coaching at Big Ten basketball, and I really, there's a difference between Michigan State, you got to hit this guy. But maybe but look at how big he is, right? I don't know, but look, close out high hands. Don't let the All-American get the ball back. Screen, step over and sit down. Not a reverse pin and spin, right? We're talking about how to play in the post. Right here. He just steps over, sits down, and look at how big he is. That ball's going in, one-on-one. Not trying to do too much. Get the ball at the post. High-low basketball, which is great when you have an All-American and hopefully a dead 3 on the weak side, that ball can just go in that easy. No dribble, no post move needed, mouth of the rim. So now it's 2-2, right? So it's 2-2. Sorry for the commercial here. It'll be done in a couple seconds, right? But it's great. It's great movement by them. So now the ball goes up the floor, and let's see what they do. Everything is geared around the All-American. Now here's what you can't do. Ball changes the floor. They're going to try to pound the 7-footer, and he's not giving up any ground. Now, this is a highlight film, highlight package. He probably makes it, right? But he stays down, right? So, listen, I don't think he's not gaining ground. And I like it that this guy's just making him make a tough shot, but there's nobody here look, and Ivy's sprinting, and he knows he got beat, right? So you got to be good on the weak side. You're not going to be able to pound it and try to get a 7-footer who looks like he's probably 250 or something. But here's what's not great that I would see as a scout. Man, I just don't know how much my man can get up and down the floor, right? That's going to hurt him that he doesn't have the speed, right? And he closes out, and then there's the N1, right? So I don't know why he does that. I know why he does this, but I don't know why he's doing it. He's running to this shooter. I'm not sure he can. So he runs to the shooter, but he's running to the shooter. We have the big. It's unfortunate because he figured it out right there that somebody else is coming down. And it's too late. It's just too late. Right? And so that really is 15's fault and them not communicating. 15 should probably be doing everything he can to play the rim, the paint, the hole, the bucket, whatever you want to say. 15's got to be running there, not to contest threes, right? But that can't be his gig. It just can't be. There's a rebound. And now we're into this. Let's see what Purdue does, right? He's weak, he being the big, and we've got to be finding Ivy. So now he's weak, and it's like some sort of high-low action. He doesn't stretch it all the way to NBA. They change it, pin downs, dribble handoffs, right, and rolls. So I don't love all this action, but I get this action. I guess I kind of like it, right? I like it that we're bringing somebody around there. He's not getting it. He one dribbled, right? We get everybody going. Listen, he's circle cutting to get his tail out of there, and you're going all the way down. 15's just not that mobile that you can ball screen, dribble, handoff, and then roll him hard and just throw it up because it looks like I'm not being mean, he's got bad feet. But here's what's great is you can't leave Ivy. So you're rolling down. 11 can't leave the All-American. It would be great if you could get that kick there. Right? So we're a couple possessions in. We'll go one more. Ivy hasn't touched the ball yet into any sort of scoring opportunity, but he is at the paint, right? So, and then we get the one out of two, right? So here it is again. I believe Ivy's got the ball. It's a flat screen with no angle, but he takes it away. He's such a big dude, right? That you've got the All-American now going downhill. Everybody's going to want this guy because he's got an NBA body without NBA feet. Well, if that makes sense. I'm not being mean, but I don't know. And I haven't watched Purdue play a lot, but just in what I've seen, man, he can't get up and down the floor. He's decent around the basket, but here it is downhill. He got hung up in the screen. He's rolling. He's got to be able to play it looser. And now he's got to step up and maybe they play draw and kick, right? But he doesn't. Listen, you can't let the All-American get to the rim. This guy right here has to know that he's essentially a rebounder, non-player, unless he's at the mouth of the rim, right? Go under, do whatever. I wouldn't worry about this guy, but he thinks he's coming off this way. So we've got to be good enough to be able to, look, he's in no position. This is a breakdown on the big. You play shoulder to shoulder with him and get ready to stunt either direction because this is all about zero. That's his breakdown. That's his defensive lap. And it's great by Ivy, right? Listen, we're going to do 3 or 4 of these. We're trying to keep them short. And we're trying to get them out multiple times a day. We click the subscribe button. Here's the other thing that I'd appreciate if you could do. Turn on your notifications. So every day at 4 o'clock or noon or 9 a.m. when these videos get released that you can get these. Appreciate all the support. We're going to stay with Iowa and Purdue because there's 2 All-Americans. There's 2 first-team All-Americans right here, and it's great to be able to get into these videos. Appreciate all the help and all the support. that you've done, and click that subscribe button. It really helps us out. Thank you.